Right now, it looks like I'm waiting to see if it's going to pop up over on TikTok. Awesome. We're live on TikTok. I got TikTok's chat. We're going to be live on Twitch. So we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok tonight, as well as Wisdom. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome in over on the TikTok side. First, let me address everybody on TikTok. A lot of people coming in from the video. They've recently just hit 1.8 million views, as well as 627,000 views. What I need to tell you guys is right now we are doing a live recording of a podcast, which means none of the sounds, animations, and stuff like that you normally find on my TikTok is going to be working. This is a live recording of my podcast, which we're using a different software to stream the podcast. We have musician Luk Middleton with us tonight, as well as my co-host, my brother, Gary. He'll be in the show with me. I won't be calling everybody out that I know, like I normally do as well on TikTok. I won't be doing that, but please stand by as we roll towards the end of the show. I will be opening up to questions from all of our viewers. Well, any of our viewers on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as TikTok, I'll be opening up the room to you guys for any questions that you may have for Luke. You'll feel free to ask then. That's how we're going to roll out with this. And the way we're going to start the show off is a little bit different, you guys. We're going to roll the show off with Luke's song that got him on the board called Anxiety. It's actually the first song that when I interviewed him, that he's still in the making, and he wouldn't even give us the full fucking version. He only gave us a little snippet that I was able to use, and I'm still going to give him shit for that. But that's okay, because that's what we're going to do. So, yeah. We're going to rock this out. And no, everybody, this is not a pre-recording, just so everybody knows. This is a live recording of the show. With all that being said, you guys, let me go ahead and give you guys the rundown of everybody on the board, and then we'll start the podcast up here with opening up with Luke's music video called Anxiety, which you can find on YouTube. I believe can they find us on TikTok as well, Luke, or is this just on YouTube?
There's clips of it on TikTok.
On TikTok. Okay. If you guys want to find Luke on TikTok, go ahead and look up Luk Middleton. And you'll find him up on there because he's got like this weird short name description on there. It's kind of funky.
It's LV. I switched the U with the V, so
gotcha.
Luk Middleton with a V instead of the U.
All right. Someone says I get chill vibes here. Yeah, well, you should get kind of chill vibes. It's a great podcast. We're gonna have some fun today. It's gonna be great, you guys. This is one of the many of our new podcast rollouts that we're gonna be bringing to you guys over on TikTok. People on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter are kind of used to these type of podcasts from us. But as far as TikTok, you guys have not really seen much of our podcasts. So let's go ahead and give a rundown. I am Mark G, everybody. I am your host of the podcast. We try to record our podcast every other week. Unfortunately, we did take a three-week hiatus, however you want to say it. But we're back now. Actually, we're back thanks to Luke sending me the message and said, hey, you want to do a follow-up show? So, yeah, the gentleman off to my side over here is my brother, Gary. He's my co-host and is typically in every show that I do, which is awesome. And he's also starting his own podcast, which we'll get to there in the very future and talk about that.
We will indeed. We will indeed.
And then down below is our guest for tonight is Luk Middleton. I almost said Hamilton. Luk Middleton. Luk Middleton. He's a musician, former Army. He's an Army vet. Bringing it live, went from going to the Army to playing music. So it's going to be a great interview, you guys. So make sure y'all still stand by. And yeah, let's open up the show with Luke's song. Please bear with me as I do some bad video transitioning. What you're going to see is I've got his video paused up on the screen right now. So when I go over to my camera, you guys are going to see the phone number for the suicide hotline. And the reason why you're going to see that is when you listen to the song, you'll understand. That's how I'm going to word that. Please listen to the lyrics of the song. It actually is a pretty damn good song, if I must say so.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to transition over to myself, boys, and I'll bring you guys back in. If you could both just mute your microphones for a moment, and I'll see you right after the music video. All right, guys, we're going to transition. I respect Luke for going into the Army. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and transition over. All right, y'all, just give me 1 second. Going over here. We're going to bring in over Luke's music video. You guys should now see that up on the screen. I'm going to mute my microphone as we play this song. Here we go.
Hey, Mark.
Hold on.
No sound.
What's up, Luke?
There's no sound.
There's no sound?
No, there's no sound.
No one's not getting any sound? All right, hold on.
Nothing.
Let me go back over to the video. See, I told y'all we're going to have this issue. Give me 1 second. Transitioning back over. Why? Okay, give me 1 second. All right, for everybody on TikTok, we have no sound. Give me 1 second. Can everybody on TikTok hear us? Can y'all hear everybody in the group?
Hello.
You know what it is? I know exactly what it is, gentlemen. I know exactly what the problem is. Give me 1 second. It is my audio settings over here. Let me go over to.
Now we can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now? Okay, give me 1 sec. We're going to try this again, you guys. This is what happens when you broadcast live. You have issues. All right, let me know if you hear this before we transition back over to the music video. I'll restart it. Okay, here we go.
It's me.
Okay, you guys can hear it now?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Now it's good.
Do this again. Mute your damn.
All right. Now we got.
Here we go, you guys. We're all set now. We got this. We got this. Dear God. Here we go. All right, transitioning over.
Hey, Luke, it's me. I just wanted to give you a call. I've been really worried about you, and I just wanted to check on you. I know you've been going through a lot. So just call me back when you can. Thanks. Bye.
Intoxicated by my own reputation, and I don't need you, that's my only desperation. My heart's dead, I don't need a destination, cause it's all in my head. I thought I knew you, you're just my enemy. Depression hit me, they're just dead memories. You pretended to be the victim, you were just so damn senseless. I spent so many nights alone, broken bottles, I took pills to soothe my soul. My anxiety got the best of me. I'm just glad that you're so damn far from me. Intoxicated by my own reputation, I don't need you, that's my only desperation. My heart's dead, I don't need a destination. You were my only medication. Anxiety is all in my head. Anxiety is all in my head. Anxiety is all in my head, yeah. And do you love me or hate me? I gave you my heart, you didn't give anything. I left for a while, but you took everything. Get out of my head, you're causing me anxiety. Get out of my head, you're causing me anxiety. Anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. I spent so many nights alone, broken bottles, I took pills to soothe my soul. My anxiety got the best of me. I'm just glad that you're so damn far from me. Intoxicated by my own reputation, I don't need you, that's my only desperation. My heart's dead, I don't need a destination. You were my only medication. Anxiety is all in my head. Anxiety is all in my head. Anxiety is all in my head, yeah. Ooh. You took my heart and buried me deep inside. All you ever did was cheat and lie. I was vulnerable and you took control of my life. I thought I knew you, but now I just hate you. But now I just hate you. Now I just hate you. Intoxicated by my own reputation, I don't need you, that's my only desperation. Anxiety, it's all in my head. Anxiety, it's all in my head. My heart's dead, I don't need a destination. Anxiety, it's all in my head. Anxiety, it's all in my head. Get out, it's all in my head. I'm better off dead, it's all in my head. I'm better off dead, it's all in my head. Anxiety.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Luk Middleton with Anxiety. We have him on the show today. Welcome into the Mark G Show, everybody. We're going to go ahead and transition back over to my ugly mug as well as my brothers and, well, Luk Middleton's as well. So we're going to bring them back up on the screen. Y'all just give me 1 second here. We'll transition back over. Gentlemen, here we go. What's going on? Luke, awesome song, man. So anxiety, man. So a lot of people that are just tuning in, they don't know the reason behind anxiety. So what I like to do is just give them a quick recap of what the coming of that song was. And I remember it was from a bad relationship. But yeah, man, just explain anxiety real quick.
Man, so I wrote anxiety pretty much. At the time, I was going through a very extreme depression and suicidal ideations, and I had a really bad anxiety. And I was sitting on my couch one day, kind of just writing my feelings down in my notes, and I was just like, "Oh, like wow, like I got to do something with this." And it ended up being anxiety, and so I pretty much wrote it about a war between myself and my mind, and everything in my head telling me to give up. When obviously, I kept fighting, but that was kind of like one of those things where I had to get it off my chest. And so I wanted to do music at the time, had no direction, had no idea what I was doing. And I just sent it, I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what makes me happy. Can't let anything get in the way. Can't let anything stop me. And so had no direction. And I somehow ended up in the studio, and I recorded Anxiety. The first track of Anxiety that we played on the original back in, I believe it was March, April, sometime in there.
Yeah.
I actually went back and re-recorded the song, which is the one that was played. But the audio on that one was, I don't know how, but yeah.
So no, man, that's awesome. And you spent your time in the military, in the Army. Finally got your DD 214, so you can finally say you've graduated to the DD 214 land. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, that was Gary and Luke over here. So we have a couple of people over on the stream already as well. I'm just pulling up this. Matthew Emin. Okay, sorry. Just looking. They're yelling at me from earlier, telling me there was no sound. So no, man, that is awesome. And you asked to recap. How many more songs have you recorded since our last conversation? And then we'll move into them.
I recorded, so right after Anxiety, I wrote a song called Heartache, which is unreleased. After that, when I recorded a song that's called Addicted, that's also unreleased. And at the time, I was working on an EP. And so I was kind of like, I need to get more songs out. This is kind of taking like a long process of time. And so I wrote a song with one of my best friends I met off TikTok. His name's Jax Burleson. He lives in Maryland. And I hit him up one day. I was like, dude, bro, like, how in the world do you sound like Machine Gun Kelly? And I was just completely overwhelmed. I was like, whoa, like, this dude's crazy. So I hit him up one day, and a month later, he drove all the way up to upstate New York with all of his friends, and we had a weekend banger at my house and recorded Horns with Halos, which it's almost to 25,000 streams.
Nice.
After that one, I did a song with a dude from Washington. His name's Aaron. He goes by Cross Stitch. We did a song called Past Life together. After that one, I wrote a song called Happy Ending, and it's pretty much about it's pretty much about falling in love again. Like one of those pop punk love songs. So I wrote that about my girlfriend. And then after that one,
you did fall in love again then?
I did.
All right. Fantastic. So ladies, he's taken. All right, continue.
But no, this one, that was my last single. Happy Ending was this one that's coming out October 1st. It's called Beautiful Scars. And the whole entire purpose of Beautiful Scars is the past 3 years of my life. And it's pretty much a song that's trying to help you understand that no matter what you've been through, your scars don't define who you are, that they're beautiful. No matter if they're physical scars or mental scars, struggles, anything that you've ever been through in your life, from the whole train of depression, anxiety, like everything that you've been through got you to this point, and it doesn't define who you are. So that song is very powerful. It is the title track of my album, Beautiful Scars, that we'll be working on all throughout 2023 with one of my best friends, Nathan Darmody. So I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my brother did not join us during the last podcast that you and I did on that night. So I know that he was a little lost on. I'm not sure. Gary, did you ever listen to that episode?
No.
Horrible. See how my brother is, folks.
Honestly, man.
He's like over there, just like, screw you, Mark.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me. I wasn't a part of that podcast, but it's hard for me to like go back and listen to podcasts that we've done.
Right.
Why?
No, it is. I mean, I re-listen to some of our podcasts here and there. So, so no, man, that is awesome. So, I mean, we won't go into detail in regards to the discharge. We've already been through that in the previous, folks. If you look up my previous podcast, you can type in Luk Middleton. You'll find the podcast there. But we went more detailed about what happened there. That podcast was live on TikTok at the time. I believe we did stop once. It got a little deep because we didn't want to get pulled from the pages of TikTok at that time.
Right.
So, but no, so this is awesome. So you get out of the military. How long you been out of the Army now?
2 months.
2 months. He's
All
fresh.
right.
He's
Yeah.
fresh meat to the civilian world.
I am still trying to transition. I still have my military mindset, bro. Like, it's hard. It is hard.
What's the hardest to shake?
So when you go into the military, not to bash the military, but they're like, yo, let me persuade you free college. You get a bonus, $25,000 bonus. Like, you get all these sick benefits. Come join. But when it's time for you to get out of the military, they're just like, they throw your little blood bait out in the water. And then the sharks, they come get you, bro. They're just like, all right, you're done. Peace out, you know? So it's like, for the first 2 weeks, I was like, dang, bro, like, I got to go back in 2 weeks. It kind of felt like I was on leave. And then after that, I was just like, wait a minute, this is weird.
Yeah.
But it's been a little hard, but at the same time, it is what it is. I'm glad to be back home. I do miss all my friends up there. So I miss them to death, but on to bigger and better things, and I'm excited for this year.
How much of your day is spent writing now for music?
Almost every day.
All day?
It's usually, so the way we're doing
Is
it
it like
now
moments of inspiration, like early, like 2 o'clock in the morning? Are you like,
if
Are
I'm
you
2
like-
o'clock in the morning, I got my head, I'm listening to music or on the
Right.
phone, or I'm
Okay.
literally in my notes every day.
yeah. Okay.
Every day.
I know, like it's weird because it's like after 11, all that creativity, that's when it boils up, you know,
Yep.
like late at night.
Yep.
Yeah.
I write a lot. It's usually not songs. I usually kind of it's one of my coping methods is to
Okay.
just get it all out, write it in my
Right.
notes. So
Just writing
that's
in general.
usually where I get my inspiration from, because I write very real songs. I don't like what's the word? I just like writing things that are real, that will touch people and, you know, help people get through things, because that's what music did for me.
So you mean you don't want to write songs like the newest hip hops out there, just talking about going to the club and slapping booties? You want songs that actually touch people's hearts and stuff that they've been through, correct?
Yeah. I hate rap, man.
Well, see, for as far as I goes music, I love hip hop, but I love the old school stuff. I don't like none of this new generation stuff that's out.
No.
I like the old stuff where they actually talked about life, and this new stuff out there is ridiculous.
I don't know, man. I'll turn you on to some pretty dope hip hop.
Hey, that Russian rap music goes hard. You have no idea what they're saying, but you're just like,
Russian rap?
Russian rap.
Yeah.
Really,
I'm
Russian
down.
rap. Huh?
I'm down. I'll check that out.
At the end of this podcast, Gary, we were googling Russian rap, finding.
Hey, music's cool, man. I think it's interesting to see genres from different cultures. You know what I mean? You take a standard genre like hip hop, like what does Japanese hip hop sound like? It's
Right.
dope, right? Like they actually are pretty dope. So
Yeah.
what's Japanese like rock sound like? It's dope. Like they're dope, you know?
Well, look at BTS. It's K-pop, and it's blown up all over here in the US. Like, you ask any teenage girl right now about BTS, and they'll tell you everything you want to know about BTS. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, music is cool
music's
like
very
that.
powerful.
Hell yeah.
Very powerful.
Hell yeah. I agree completely with that.
Yeah.
So back on track, as welcome to my new podcast, Luke, where we are fully ADHD and ADD. We go from Zoom one side, Zoom to the other side, but we bounce back to our actual topic. But no, like, so you're in the military transitioning. You've only been out for a couple of weeks. Transitional life. I can tell you've got some new roommates because before I know it was absolutely quiet during a podcast. I can hear your roommates over there chilling around. Hopefully they're not playing beer pong back there, but they probably are. I mean, hell. You're
No,
out.
I live with my cousin. We got a house here in Louisiana, and he's on the phone with his girlfriend. So there's no telling.
Conversation.
What did he say?
I said it must be a good conversation. We
I
can
don't
hear-
want to know.
But no, so like, so 3 weeks out, you're talking about you've already got a label talking to you.
It's not a label. I'm under this artist development agency called IWXO. It's ran by former lead from All Star Weekend, Nathan Darmody. So one of my really close friends. We're gonna be working with each other over the course of the next 8 months, working on songs, getting these songs pitched out to labels. The end goal is to have me mentally and physically prepared for the next level and to be signed under management. So that's our goal.
What's physically prepared mean?
So when it comes down to the music industry, what I mean by physically is all kinds of vocal lessons, stuff like that, a bunch of coaching mentally. You gotta I would say the music industry is a lot like the Army. You have to be mentally tough. You just gotta be.
I can see that.
You'll always have toxic people, and you'll always have good leadership when it comes to that as well. And I feel like you get stuck under a toxic group of people, which will only lead you down to a bad path of reputation throughout the music industry. And that's something you definitely do not want. Whether it's as you have good leadership, those people will take care of you physically and mentally, and they will get you to where you need to be as a successful artist.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Do they help this? So do they help with like structure? What do they help you with? Is it coaching? It's coaching. Is that what you said?
It's structure. It's how to build a team, how to pitch songs, writing songs, production of songs, marketing.
It's the full business and creative, like
pretty
it's
much,
everything.
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. It's
That's
kind of the it's basically building me into what labels want.
Okay.
Now, I remember a previous interview you talked about how you didn't want to go the label route. What changed your mind from not wanting to go label and kind of be like in that Tom McDonald aspect to wanting to go with a label now?
It's all about, how do I say this? I've made a bunch of friends, and I've been around a lot of people who are signed to labels. I just did a show. I don't know if you know who Skate is. He's an American hip hop artist, but he does a lot of songs, like alternative songs, like Sum 41. He's got one. It's called Shooting Star. It's with Sum 41, Wiz Khalifa. He's a really, really cool dude. I opened up for him and my other friend Fonty, who is just got out of a label, so he's independent now. I believe Skate is as well. But it was my first show. It was in front of about 200, 300 people. So we got out there and went ham, and it was I just want to be under a good management who is going to help me tour, do the thing. I've done a lot for myself as an independent artist. Like, I built my own website. I did my own merch. So I'm sitting here having to do all these different things at the same time being an artist, and it's a lot. It's very stressing. So I want to put a good team of people together that can help me just be an artist,
So you're looking more at that aspect of having that team building that the label would give you in order for you to be successful where you wanted your music career to go.
Right. It's a lot to do everything by yourself. I work 3 jobs too. So it's like,
oh fuck.
I work 3 jobs. I'm busting my ass to get to where I need to be. And that's that's one thing that's very important. Music doesn't like it's a 0.11 it's like a 0.01% chance of making it in the music industry. If you want it, you have to want it. Like you have to do everything you possibly can to get to that point. I've done a pretty good job at it. I've only been doing music about 5 months, and I've came a very long way successfully. The people that I've connected with and people that I've met throughout my journey so far this year it's been life changing. And music's expensive. You gotta have money, so I'm moving out to LA the beginning of next year, kind of around spring. So
Sorry to hear that.
you gotta work, man. You just
Sorry to
gotta
hear.
work.
No, I
What
get-
part of LA? What part of LA?
I'm trying to move in between San Diego and LA because Nathan lives out in San Diego. So I'm trying to. I got a bunch of friends in LA, so it's kind of like, do I want to live in the actual city, or it's very expensive, or do I want to kind of find somewhere smaller outside? That way, I could still go to both places.
Gotcha. I heard that man trimming going on over there now.
Yeah, some manscaping. Yeah.
Hey man, I am not going. I've been really good at like completely staying out of politics, and it has gave me so much more peace.
No, definitely, man. You know, taking a break. That's one of the reasons why we're trying to transition our podcast over more to the interviewing process with more stories and then just going straight politics, because that's what
crazy,
about, right?
That's crazy.
That's all that people talk about now, politics. Granted, it's a big part of what's going on with us, but everybody's already doing it. So we're like, we need to transition this podcast into more great stories to hear from people. I've actually got another musician who's reached out to me for possible interview as well. So that should be he's made his career from TikTok.
Cool.
That's one of the things I was going to ask you. Like you were talking about, you took a break from the TikTok side. Have you thought about doing like your own like type of a concert via TikTok so people got to see your music that way? Set up an event, a live stream. You guys do a live performance right on TikTok?
Yeah, actually, yes. That's a future thing. But I definitely took a break from TikTok. I moved back. I got out of the military July 21st, got back home, and I had a lot of personal issues go down. I actually lost one of my really close friends from high school in a car accident, and it kind of shook up a lot of people. And I don't know, I was not really happy that I was back home, but I was at the same time. And I kind of went with the flow, and I really wasn't worried about social media or anything. But the sooner I kind of got over everything and I got right in the head, and I kind of realized that things are taking off, and I got to get on it, got to start doing something. And I want my music to reach people, and TikTok's the only way. My only problem with TikTok is I've been banned a lot, and my lives have been banned a lot. So I don't think I get as many views as I used to, but I've seen a little bit of progression. Not where I want to be, but I will get there.
Okay. Well, you have your friend over here. I'm guessing your friend Alexis Tyler.
Yep, that's like my sister.
His friend is killing it.
Yeah.
So she ain't the girl from that one video we saw then?
Yes, that's Alexis. She was the intro.
No. I'm talking about there's a video I saw where you just reached off stage and grabbed a female and smacked one right on her lips.
That was my girlfriend.
All right. So yeah, Alexis already face. Here you go. I can show you right up over here. Throw up on the screen real quick. So but yeah, man, so that is freaking awesome. Now, you sent me this audio clip. What I want to do is I want to get that pulled up real quick. Let's see if I can get that. You sent me this song. Now, the song that you sent me is called, go ahead.
Happy Ending, but not that happy ending.
I was about ready, because I haven't listened to it yet. This is gonna be my first time listening to it. I saw the word happy ending, and I wanted you to explain that before I went ahead and hit the play button. If you give me 1 second, I'm going to get it loaded. But there we go. So I got it loaded. So this is called Happy Ending. But before we play it, please explain Happy Ending.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm in it's very weird how me and my girlfriend met, but I'm in a very happy and a very healthy relationship. We are doing long distance. She goes to Florida State University, and I'm in Louisiana, so we're 9 hours apart. But we make trips to see each other. And I met her when I was still living in New York through a friend of mine, and she's kind of connected in the music world as well, I would say, yeah. But we started talking and everything, and we were both like, yeah, we don't want relationships. Kind of not our thing. We both have really kind of shitty past relationships, and yeah, and but it just happened so unexpectedly, and it kind of just, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but she's a very amazing person, and I wrote the song about her, and how pretty much I was like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm in a really good spot in my life. Not looking for a relationship, and then God was just like, so I don't know, but very happy, and the song's called Happy Ending.
At least it's not called Happy Socks. All right, we're going to listen to Happy Endings by Luk Middleton. Let's go ahead and get this played. Here we go.
She paints and downs on the black, wears all the North sleeves, all her insecurities mean everything to me. I was scared of growing up, I got up just to feel something. Never knew how to love, I was broken, and drowned myself in pain and agony. And fell for you, now my whole world's spinning. What the hell is happening? I'm in my head wondering how this happened. So speculating. And kiss me slowly, so I won't forget the taste of your lips. Be my lover in a black dress, yeah. And I'll follow you to the end. And run with me in the afterlife, yeah. I promise you will be alright. 1,000 miles on to me, so damn life. Without you, I wouldn't have survived. And kill me, so I die. I've been forever in a happy ending. And I can be myself when I'm with you, yeah. And paranoid, but that's my life. But I'm falling in love tonight. And you're my angel in disguise. And now we're so.
First, I want to say I'm liking it so far. I want to have some fun. This is a great song. What I mentioned earlier, everybody that's tuning into this podcast right now, I want you guys, every time you hear Happy Endings, I want you guys to change the lyrics to Happy Socks. Let's go.
Paralyzed in the darkest place of my life. And yeah, and now it's all alone until I found you. And you're my other half from the past life. Be my lover in a black dress, yeah. And I'll follow you to the end. We'll meet in the other life, yeah. I promise you will be alright. Be my lover in a black dress, yeah. And I'll follow you to the end. And we'll meet in the afterlife, yeah. I promise you will be alright. 1,000 miles on to this so damn life. Without you, I wouldn't have survived. And kill me so I die. I've been forever in a happy ending.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Happy Ending. That is the final cut, too, but he actually sent us a whole song. Can you guys imagine that? Luke actually sent us a whole song. That is Happy Ending, you guys, by Luk Middleton. We got him live right here down at the bottom. We've got a bunch of people over here listening, just so you know, Luke. We've got
What's up, everybody?
12 people over on TikTok, 3 people, looks like about 3 people on the other socials, and 26 people listening over on Wisdom right now, Luke. What I like to do is, number one, you got your friend Alexis over here saying she's laughing so hard. And by the way, she's got a message for you, Luke.
Oh, God.
She says she wants her pullover, so make sure you send it to her before she shows up in LA.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming.
Sounds like a maybe.
Right? It sounds like you're Alexis. I just want to tell you, you're not getting the sweatshirt back.
It's my merch line. She ordered a pullover, a hoodie, or a crew neck or whatever. So you will get your crew neck, Lexi.
Crew neck. That don't sound like a pullover. She said pullover, Luke.
Pullover, crew neck, same thing.
All right, you guys. So what we're gonna do here, Luke. Obviously, you're the one. And is there anything else before I start asking people to come in and slay us with some questions here? You're the one that kind of like said, "Hey, Mark, let's do a recap here."
Do a recap.
What is it that you want to bring into the table over here in the podcast? This is the platform for you to do it on, my man. So what do you got for us?
So I wanted to talk about Beautiful Scars.
The song that's getting ready to be released?
Yes, but Beautiful Scars comes out October 1st on all platforms as well as my other stuff. But I believe this song kind of was one of my, I would say, it means a lot to me. It was based on the past 3 years of my life. My depression really started back in 2019 when my grandmother passed away. So the lyrics go, dark thoughts drown in my head, can't forget the night of your last breath. And that was one of breaking moments in my life when I lost my grandmother to cancer. And then everything after that kind of went downhill. And it's just, it's one of those songs. I'll go ahead and say it. Song's about to come out, but the chorus goes, wake up so you see that you got a reason to live even though you feel dead inside. And it's one of those things where it tells a story. It tells my story, but it also tells the listener, hey, like, wake up. It's okay, And I can't spoil the ending of that song, but it's very, very, very powerful. And it'll send chills down your spine. And that was all thanks to Nathan. Me and Nathan co-wrote that song, produced it, and I'm excited for that release to come out. But it's the title track to the album Beautiful Scars. And this album has lots of surprises. We're working on really cool features. And I really have this gut feeling that this album is going to reach a lot of people. And I told you this from the start. I don't care where my music career takes me as long as I've helped one person. And I feel like this is what's going to do it. So I'm very excited for this album or all these songs to come out. And I don't know. I feel like this is what's going to get me to the right place. And it's very, very powerful.
No, and it's funny because the topics you're talking about too is one of the biggest issues we're having right now across our country. I think we've talked about this, Gary, you and I, before in previous podcasts. We're seeing some of the biggest suicide rates in our country that we haven't seen in a very long time. Even homicide, but suicide. And then we're also having a bigger problem with the 22. For those two listeners that are listening in, if you're not familiar with 22 is the number of veterans who take their own life on a daily basis. And that number is actually larger than 22 now. Very. I think the last time the report came out, it was like 28 or 29 veterans every day take their lives. It's absolutely saddening. We need more ways to help individuals to overcome this situation, because right now, as far as I'm concerned, there's not enough help out there. There's not enough reach for these people to get that. And no one knows, and no one likes to reach out for help, right? Because if you're going to reach out for help, to you, it seems like a weakness, right?
I'm telling you right now, I was, not to cut you off, but
no, go for it, man.
I was in that headspace. Like, I don't want to be like, I'm in the military. I'm an infantryman. I don't want to tell the people I work with I'm dealing with this. They're going to make fun of me, I don't want to be a weenie. But no, I towards the end where it got very serious, I was scared for my own life. And that's, if it wasn't for my mom too, I reached out for help and I took advantage of it. And that's when I found music too. And it was just like my entire life changed after that. So yes, get help. It's worth it. There are people out there for you and that will help you. So you're not alone. You may feel lonely, but you're not alone.
It takes more strength to ask for help. You're stronger for yourself if you ask for
Yes.
help versus when you don't ask for help. And unfortunately, that's how people don't perceive it these days.
No.
They think it's weakness because of a lot of stuff that's been instilled into their heads. And that's the scariest part, right? I mean, so I've actually got a mother. I'm still trying to get her on the show, and I'm making a reach out. She's listening to this podcast because I know she does watch me. Her son recently became part of the 22 not too long ago. I believe it was last month when she reached out to me, and she wants to tell her son's story, but obviously it's really hard for her as a mother to come out and talk about the story where there's issues with the CEOs and so forth. So
Crazy, man. It's ridiculous.
So with all that being said, I just want to let everybody know that's tuning into the show that there is help out there if you need it. You don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to seek help. And if you don't know where to go, reach out to a friend. Your friend's not going to look down on you. If you do, and if they do look down on you and they do talk smack to you, they're not your friend.
No. And anybody who's out there is watching, my all my social medias are always open. Feel free to hit me up because I'm here for you.
Fantastic. I mean, so yeah, I mean, that's a big problem. So I think this track is going to be fantastic. Meredith Matthews, guessing that's your mother because our last name is Middleton, says she loves you, Lukey.
Oh gosh. Love you too, Mom. All right, so that's my biggest supporter ever, 100%.
Hello there, mother. Welcome to the show.
Good. Yeah, good.
For everybody who's listening on the audio side here, especially in Apple and Spotify, please note that this podcast is being recorded live. And today is currently September 22nd, roughly about 10:09 p.m. So everything you're hearing is live recording, and then we just upload it as is with barely any audio editing. Matter of fact, it won't be any audio editing other than me doing this because I forgot to hit the record button on my soundboard again like an idiot. So which means I've got to download the audio from this file. I can still do it, Luke. I just download the audio from this and then do some audio editing.
Yeah.
So
then he has to edit. That's the problem.
Yeah. What I just said, there's no audio editing. But I'm gonna have to edit the audio because we had a beginning session where we screwed up so much that where we couldn't even hear Luke's song. So yeah, it's good stuff. This is what happens when you take a 3-week hiatus from recording.
Yeah.
But what I like to do right now, though, is I like to get my listeners who are watching live involved and on the podcast. We got 32 people listening over on Wisdom, as well as currently 12 people over on TikTok, and roughly about 4 to 5 people on the social media aspect on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I'd like to open up this board right now to anybody. As far as Wisdom, feel free to ring in and ask your question via live audio. TikTok, just type your questions in the chat. And the same with the other social media, just type your questions in the chat. My brother looks like he's got a question ready.
No, I was just going to say Wisdom, we've had some cool people come in from Wisdom.
We've had some great people coming through Wisdom and speak, saying like, folks, you got a question for Luke. Do you have maybe your own story regards to, some of what his music's reaching out to? We'd love to hear about it. I would love to have your questions. If Luke's 2 songs he just recently heard kind of had a relationship to you as far as you could relate to that song, please let us know as well as in chat below. In the meantime, how's that civilian food again, Luke?
Amazing, bro. Oh my God. Well, up in New York when I was stationed up there, we could go off base. We could go to McDonald's. But I'm back in Louisiana, so a lot different. The sweet tea here is a lot better.
So we got our first question from little NKC Noodle from TikTok. They're asking you, Luke, they're asking everybody on the board, what are your guys' favorite food? Well, Luke, since you're the guest of the show, I'm going to go ahead and let you answer. What's your favorite food first?
Oh, gosh, man. Oh. I like meat. I don't know. I like a lot. I like a variety of food, but if I was to eat something for the rest of my life, it would definitely be fried rice and steak.
Okay. That sounds fucking delicious, actually.
Hibachi steak and fried rice. Oh,
yeah.
That's a fucking
bomb.
Rock solid. Yep.
All right. Gary. Your next. Big one.
Well, I'm gonna go steak always, and for like a shitty cheat food, I'm gonna go with pizza.
Yes.
Yes. What kind of pizza though?
Fucking, I don't give a shit. I
Better not
mean,
have
no
pineapple.
sardines, but give me a pineapple. I'll eat the pineapple. Yeah, give me meat and veggie, but meat.
Meat and veggie. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I say I'm gonna go with steak as well. If you're gonna go cheap food though, I want egg rolls, man.
Egg rolls.
Egg
Oh,
rolls.
pizza rolls.
With like the duck sauce, with like that little like sort of sweet
A
sauce.
little bit of hot sauce mixed in there too. You can saturate
Right.
that fucking yeah, man. That's where you got to go with it.
And that's not a bad. That's not a bad cheat, man. I don't
Right.
know.
And before I go, we got more questions coming over through TikTok, but we got some people on social media. I've got Alexis Tyler saying, "Oh no, she's calling you mother mom." Alexis Tyler says, "Heck yeah, all the Oreo McFlurries." Meredith Matthews says, "Chicken." And then Zoe Willett says, "Luke's diet mainly consists of Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Popeyes, and Cane's." So it sounds like you don't have a diet, Luke.
I got a seafood diet. You know, I see food and I eat it. So
Hey, if it works,
Yeah, do it.
right?
yeah.
This one's an easy one, I guess. Marsh Y97 from TikTok has got a very easy question. They haven't got any hard questions for us yet. So, Luke, what's your favorite color?
Black.
Gary.
Favorite color? Shit, man.
He's a
I don't know.
photographer.
Blue. Go blue.
Fucking right. Blue all the way.
Blue's a dope color.
All right. Let's see here. What are you guys? All right. So, Little and KC Noodles got a bunch of questions. What are you guys good at?
I mean, I guess I'm good at writing songs.
Boom. This is why we record audio when the little ones are asleep, but the teenagers still come in and make noise.
Right.
So, pizza.
That's hilarious.
Right? So, how did you start? All right, here we go. Wicked Warlock wants to know, how did you start your music career?
I've always I've always played guitar. I taught myself how to play guitar and piano. Played my entire life. Never knew how to read sheet music, but I had a musical ear, so I could hear a song and play it. I was never really confident in my voice when it came to singing. I would post every now and then on TikTok. Would get on live every now and then. But it was always a dream of mine. It was always my passion. It's something I've always wanted to do since I was little, was to make music. And I got to the point where, as I was in the transitioning process of going back to being a civilian again, I was like, dude, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. And I was very stuck in the sense of, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. And that's kind of when I was constantly writing things in my notes. And I actually wrote this song called 1400 Miles Away. And I never recorded it, never did anything with it. I just took a video of me playing it on guitar and singing it, and that was it. And so it started coming up a little bit. I was very heavily into indie music, like indie folk, Bon Iver, David Kushner, Nova Amor, just very lo-fi type indie stuff. And then one day I was on TikTok and I heard this song called Tell Me About Tomorrow, and that it like I can't even explain it. Like, it was pop punk, but it was also something that not only it changed. Like, it's something you know what I'm saying? Like, and it makes me speechless thinking about it, because that song saved my life. And that song is basically about, don't give up. Please just tell me about tomorrow. Like, you're gonna get to that point. And I get chills still thinking. It makes me emotional thinking about that moment, because I remember it like it was yesterday. But I dove really deep into alternative pop punk music after that, and it inspired me. And I was like, yes, like this is just what I want to do. And I wrote Anxiety. Had no direction. I was sitting on my couch one day and I was writing in my notes, and I wrote Anxiety. I didn't have a car at the time, so I had a buddy of mine take me to Enterprise. I believe it was Lexi, actually. Yes, it was Lexi. she dropped me off at the car rental place. I rented a car for a day, drove an hour to Syracuse, New York, got in the studio, and drove back home. So I did everything I possibly could to make it happen. But after that moment, I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then I slowly started making connections, and those connections turned into more connections. And I met Nathan. I met a bunch of really big people. And so it just feels like it's my purpose in life that I'm able to tell my testimony through music and help people who have been through the same things as me, because that's my goal, and I'm going to have my main thing is mental health, but I want to start getting into more upbeat, happy songs like pop punk, alternative music, but mental health will always have my heart. And that's my goal with my music, is to help people. And so music helped me, and now it's my turn to, reverse the roles. So I'm very excited for everything that's came and happened.
All right.
Despite all the highs and lows, ups and downs of last year, everything there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep fighting to it.
Oh yeah.
Rule number 1.
Never give up.
Or as Gary and I would tell each other, don't die.
Don't die.
Right.
So going over to Facebook now, Alexis Tyler says, number 1, you're good at sign language.
What?
Yeah, I'm guessing that goes hand in hand with your Happy Sock song. Alexis Tyler also says, where are you next? Where's your next show going to be at?
We don't know yet. It's on the table. We're working on this record and stuff, and hopefully we'll get some openings for some more shows and stuff towards the end of this year. That's the goal. I want to do a week tour down in Orlando to Tallahassee, back and forth. I got some people down there that are connected through the music industry, and I know Nathan does as well. So I think that'd be really cool to do something like that towards the end of the year.
How do you get shows?
It's a lot of emailing and a lot of reaching out to people, and again, it's all about who you know.
Okay.
But
Makes sense.
in reality, it's a lot of emailing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now going back over to TikTok, Marsh Y97 wants to know, what's your bad habits?
My bad habits is overthinking. When I get in, like when I feel like I'm gonna have an anxiety attack where I'm feeling down, when my worst bad habit is completely shutting down. But when it comes to depression, it's like once that comes into your life, it never goes away. And when I say that, I don't mean that as it doesn't get better. I mean that in the sense as something you could get better, and then something could happen traumatically in your life, like you lose somebody close to you, something doesn't go right, you lose a job. There's just a lot of things that can bring that back up. But the
traumatic, like a traumatic event
Exactly.
can like
Yes.
resurface.
Yeah. And it's all in your head. It's all a mind thing, but it does get better. And the more you learn throughout yourself, you'll learn to control it, and you'll end up learning to beat it. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things throughout life. You just got to keep pushing through and keep fighting. So, but yeah, that's probably my main bad habit. Also biting my nails. I know that's completely off topic, but I'm sitting here picking at them right now. And you can ask Lexi or Zoe or my mom on here. Yeah, I got like Tic Tacs as fingers, like small fingernails. 'Cause I bite them.
Wicked Warlock from TikTok. Seems like TikTok seems to be where all your questions come from right now. We got 23 people in here right now. Wicked Warlock wants to know, when you started your career, did you feel nervous and anxious that the career won't turn out right?
100%. At first, when I came in, no. I take that back, because when I first started, I was in the mindset like, I don't care what anybody says. This makes me happy. Of course, I wanted people to like it and stuff. And yes, some negative comments really got to me. But at the end of the day, I was like, if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, I got to get used to it. And there's people in this world who hate. That just is what it is. That's life. People will bash you. Look at Machine Gun Kelly. Have you seen his documentary on Life in Pink? That documentary is crazy, because that's what it talks about. Mainstream sellout. Like, everybody was bashing that dude. Everybody, pretty much in the world. Nobody liked him, and he still came out on top. So it's just like one of those things where, in this type of career, you really just, it's all about being yourself. Who cares what other people think? If you're happy about something, do it. Don't let anything stop you from doing what you love. And that's my main advice, because I know there's people out there who are so scared to do something that it eats at them, and they'll never get to do it. But I'm telling you, if you just swallow your fear and just do it because it makes you happy, at the end of the day, it's all about what makes you happy.
Right. One of the things, folks, I can tell you that Luke has not taken away from the military. He still loves to shave his face. I'm waiting to see.
I do.
But let's we're gonna keep rolling. We got a few more TikTok questions here. Then what I'd like to do is, we've been rocking it out now for just about an hour. What I'd like to do is really go down through like a message if you have for everybody that's listening.
Absolutely, yeah.
As well as Gary and myself, we'll go through. If anybody has a message, we'll let them relate it out. But someone's Little and Casey Noodle again over on TikTok asked a couple of times here, so I guess I'll get the question out here. What is your guys' favorite song? I think Luke already mentioned it, but we'll let him mention it again here. Luke, what is your favorite song?
Tell me about tomorrow.
Tell me about tomorrow. And who's the artist?
Jaden Hostler.
All right, Gary.
Man, you can't. That's I don't.
Yo, okay. I've got into a lot of heavier genres, but I guess it just depends on what genre.
Right, like what's my mood for the day? What am I listening to the music for? Like, did some shit happen? And do I need some fucked up music right now? Do I need something that's kind of like, hey, it's Monday morning and I'm making cold calls. I need something to like get me going a little bit. Like, music is too powerful for me to have a favorite. I'm sorry, person that answered that question, but I cannot fucking answer that question.
There's so many good songs out there, right? But unfortunately,
too much good music, man.
I can tell you right now, Tupac Shakur, California Love.
Oh my gosh.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. First month.
I don't know, man. You look like an ice-sized baby kind of guy.
I'm like Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac, Eazy-E, Biggie, Puff Daddy. A little bit of that type of music, Luke. Just saying, man.
Yeah.
But no, you guys, listen up.
That's too hard, man. It's like asking me who my favorite skater is. I can't give an answer.
Right. With all that being said, you guys, we are going to wrap this up. This podcast has been going for about an hour. That's what we've been wrapping up, right around an hour time frame on the Monday show. Luke, if somebody came up to you and said, Luke, if there's any advice you can give me in the world, what would that advice be? And we'll end it with those words on that.
Well, I would probably go on a spiel about, I would probably talk their head off of why they have a reason to live and how they have a purpose in this life. But to summarize that, I would basically tell them to do what makes them happy. And if, like, no matter what they've been through, no matter how they feel, they're never alone. And I mean, just remember their beautiful scars, because that's what makes them special. So.
Also, Beautiful Scars, folks. That is the plug for his next song coming out. When is it being released?
October 1st.
October 1st. On platforms?
Spotify, Apple Music. It's on everything.
How would you about ready to say Spotify there, Luke? I got to play with you on that one because I heard that. It sounded like you're about ready to say Blotify.
Spotify.
All right, Gary, you have anything you want to put out there in the world, man?
Health and fitness, make that your primary objective. That's all I'm saying, man. That's what matters to me.
All right.
Move heavy weight, eat good food.
He is all into that. Trust me. He's been pushing me. Although it has worked. It has worked. I've been from 260 pounds down to 180, so it worked. You're shit.
Well, you corrected your diet, which is great. Now,
yeah, let's not go there, Gary. Let's not go there, Gary. Don't go there. Because I'm sorry, you can go ahead. You can try to go there. Go ahead. Because of what?
When was the last time you used that Peloton?
What Peloton?
Peloton?
What?
Kettlebell?
What? Oh shit. Everybody tuning in over on TikTok, Wisdom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with our special guest, Luk Middleton. Make sure you're checking him out on all social media profiles. You can find him, Luk Middleton, over on Instagram. When this podcast gets uploaded to Apple and Spotify, I'll have all the links to Luk's social media profiles within there as well. So you guys can follow him through there. Just look in the description of the podcast and all the information will be there. Go ahead, Gary.
New song drops when?
October 1st.
October 1st.
So make sure y'all get that song October 1st. Look him up, Apple, Spotify, any place you can download music. Check him out, Luk Middleton. Is there going to be a video uploaded on that day too?
Not that day, but soon.
Horrible. What the heck, Luke?
We got big plans. We got big plans with the secret.
Nice.
I'll give a shout out to Luke's mommy who joined in tonight, Meredith Matthews Middleton, coming out here, his biggest supporter, which mom's great mom right there, being number one supporter. That is awesome.
It's honestly a race between my mom, Zoe, and Lexi, because those are the only three girls in my life that I look up to and are there for me. So
Alexis is not to be mistaken for the girl. If you start looking up Luk Middleton, it's not to be mistaken for the girl that Luke grabbed off.
It's not. It's Zoe.
Land right on her.
Zoe.
Just saying that's not that female. So don't get it twisted out there. Check him out, ladies. Like I said, he is taken, so don't hit him up trying to, get him up with all that. It says, it's Zoe. I'm blonde, bro. Well, listen, in the video, you can't tell. It's quite dark in that video. I'm just saying that video is very dark. So don't get me away.
Hey, ask her all day. We both say that's incest. That's like my sister, bro.
The complete opposite hair colors. Well, you can't tell it in the video. Just saying. Go watch the video, Zoe. Oh wait, Zoe is your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Zoe, yes.
Zoe, yes, because she goes the complete opposite hair colors. That's my brother. He has a big head.
Oh my God.
Lexi is his second mom.
Yes, pretty much.
Now they're attacking me.
They're attacking me. All right. Time to end the show. Peace out.
Now they're attacking me. You guys, ladies, make sure you call him up, give him crap at the end of this podcast, because he didn't give me any of this information prior to the podcast. He just threw me at it. Just want to say it's all Luke's fault.
Yeah, you gotta sink or swim, right?
That's it.
Fast.
No, Luke, congratulations, man, on your music career. You're popping off. Hopefully, in a year from now, I'm going to hear you say, Mark, I'm going on tour. I'm going to be in Maine soon. We're going to be rocking it out over here in Maine on the East Coast. Or Gary, we're going to be rocking one out over in freaking the Portland, Oregon area. Let's go.
Sure.
It's happening, man.
I mean, not only do I feel bad for you moving to California, I do feel bad that my brother's in Portland, Oregon, but that's on the political side. We'll stay out of that part. So everybody out there, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Right? On TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Y'all are awesome. I will end with my outro though, because my outro is not that bad. I didn't start with the intro because I think where we're going with. I didn't want to do the intro, but we will do the outro because it's just good stuff. So first and foremost, thank y'all for everybody tuning in. We're out of here.
You've been listening to the Snowflake Melter, the Mark G Show. Mark is your everyday, hardworking business owner that loves America, and he certainly doesn't mind telling it like it is. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. To send an email, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. And find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Mark G Show. See you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was an interview with Luk Middleton. Check him out October
1st.
Where?
All platforms.
He can't say Apple, Spotify, Google.
Apple and Spotify.
There we go. Luke, you're an awesome guy, man. Appreciate you. The message you are trying to spread is phenomenal. Keep spreading that love. Keep getting the word out there. I'm looking forward to seeing big things with you. Hopefully, see you do some things with maybe the crisis hotline, doing some work with them, trying to get the word out. And so keep up the good work, man. You're doing awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Hold on. We'll go ahead and end the live now.